Can't nobody slay me.
You can't slay me.
I feel like Moses. Big Moses. Can't nobody hold me.
Can't nobody.
I feel like Daniel. And what up, Daddy? Can't nobody face me.
You can't face me.
I feel like Joseph. Big Joseph. Can't nobody break me.
Can't nobody break me.
Listen, why are these haters tweaking? Acting like I don't need it. All of my pockets bleeding. All of my sneakers speaking. Never had a pot to piss in. Made a lot of dumb decisions. All of my sins forgiven. Now I got ammunition. No competition. This is the product of staying resilient. I'm gonna make it, don't need an opinion. Ain't gonna fumble, I'm here on a mission. I'm already winning. This is the vision. Feeling like Jesus in front of the millions. Making my mark with some bread and some fishes. Can't take the heat to get out of the kitchen. I'm feeling like David.
Feeling like David.
Can't nobody slay me.
You can't slay me.
I feel like Moses. Big
Like
Moses. Can't nobody hold me.
Can't nobody.
I feel like Daniel. Big Daddy. Can't nobody face me.
You can't face me.
I feel like Joseph. Big Joseph. Can't nobody break me.
Can't nobody break me.
Listen, stacking the green, I stay in the lab. Heat up the curry, I'm making a splash. Brother, he made me with clay in his hand. Shooting my shot like I'm Kevin Durant. From London to France, I cannot wait till I see all the beautiful cities and land. That is the plan, so I'm gonna need all my checks in advance. Do what I can, even without the best microphone. I'm finna make me a jam. Thanking my God for the things that I have. Turning my water to wine in the flash. Living in fear is a thing of the past. Ignoring the hate that I hear on the gram. You think you the goat, but you really a lamb. Here with my Bible, you know who I am. I'm feeling like David.
Feeling like David.
Can't nobody slay me.
You can't slay me.
I feel like Moses. Big
Like
Moses. Can't nobody hold me.
Can't nobody.
I feel like Daniel. Big Daddy. Can't nobody face me.
You can't face me.
I feel like Joseph. Big Joseph. Can't nobody break me.
Can't nobody break me.
Listen. Keep the praises going up.
Yeah, I made it every day. I'm celebrating. I just keep on elevating. Man, I got no limitations, and there's nothing that can change it. Cause my father is amazing. So I
Keep the praises going up.
bring the blessings. I be dancing, I be stepping, I be marking every session. Ain't afraid of any weapon. I'ma teach the boys a lesson.
The
Cause
journey
my father is
continues.
amazing. So I
Keep the praises going up. What you saying though? Climbing up the charts like a Billy Goat. Yeah, I'm on the arc, I'm an animal. Headed to the top of the spot, keep the Grammy dope. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch the devil by the throat. Let him know you winning even though you didn't hit your goal. He the type to make you feel like you ain't worth a pot of gold. But just keep stomping on him, let that devil know who's in control. Never made the honor roll, but look at me, I'm on a roll. Bet you never heard a Christian song that slap like this before. Where them folks that say that all these rappers out here selling dro? Man, I ain't never sold a single dime, I'm out here saving souls. What you thought this off the show? What you say you didn't know? You the reason why it's hard for us to walk that narrow road. Lumping us together like we all came out a single home. But I'ma keep on stepping on them. Keep the praises going up.
Yeah, I made it every day. I'm celebrating. I just keep on elevating. Man, I got no limitations, and there's nothing that can change it. Cause my father is amazing. So I
Keep the praises going up.
bring the blessings. I be dancing, I be stepping, I be marking every
Y'all
session.
better get
Ain't
used to
afraid of
this.
any weapon. I'ma teach the boys a lesson. Cause my father is
Boys here
amazing.
to
So
stay.
I
Keep the praises going up. Born again Christian, man, I ain't the one to mess with. I ain't with the drama, you won't find me up in Netflix. I'm out your day one when you left me off the guest list. Yes, the brothers I came up with ain't the ones I'm left with. Yeah, I was a menace, I was out there wreaking havoc. Man, I never had it easy, yeah, I barely had a mattress. If it wasn't for the Lord, you know I'd probably be a savage. Even though they ain't believe in me, it's straight because my dad did it. Now I'm celebrating, yeah, this life is getting lavish. Blessing to the Holy Father, he the one who made it happen. He the realest, he the illest, man, his love is automatic and his word is undisputed. So I'm skipping like I'm Shannon, man, I'm done with all the madness, getting time it is. It's your boy Connect, aka WesTheTech, you heard? Who's with me? You can find me in the South. Broward, stand up. Palm Beach, I see you. MIA, yo.
My main feedback is this wouldn't be something I'm running in a new party because people think I'm playing a throwback.
You're completely not giving 100%. Yeah, I just don't think you got what it takes, bro.
See, making music ain't for everybody.
Stop trying to do everything because then you're gonna get stuff that ends up sounding like this.
This is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah, if you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah, if you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah, if you ain't know. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy WesTheTech in the building. Let's go ahead and turn down this music. What's going on? Welcome to my Tuesday Q&As. You guys know what this is all about. You guys know why I'm here. I'm here basically to answer any music industry tip questions that you guys may have in regards to anything dealing with the music industry. As you guys know, I have my channel here, and I pretty much just like to help out as much people as I can. You've probably seen one of my tech tips videos before. All right, those videos I actually drop every Thursday. I always drop a new one every week. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I'm just here to help you guys learn as much as you can about the music industry. Learn as much as you can about being an independent recording artist, and learn as much as you can about starting your own music business. So that is the focus of this channel. That is the focus of what I do for a living. Now, of course, I am an artist myself. I'm a Christian hip-hop artist, and I love making music myself. So it's not just information as well. I'm also in the field, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the field with you guys when it comes to this music stuff. So a lot of the stuff that I've learned, I'm just sharing with you guys and seeing if it's things that could definitely help you guys out, because I've noticed that a lot of the things that I've learned have truly helped me, especially when it comes to starting my own music business. So I definitely want you guys to take advantage of every piece of knowledge that I have obtained throughout the years, for sure. So definitely welcome. I see you, LD40. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for returning. Good to see you. You know what time it is. Any music industry questions that you would like answered, just go ahead and start filling the chat. And best question that's answered or that's asked today will get a free gift on me. Now, here's the thing with this, all right? Before I continue, I definitely want to mention something about the free gifts. For those of you like LD40 and others who's already received the gift of the ebook, I have actually started something new, and this actually happened last week, because last week a returning guest or someone who's watching before actually won again. Right now, they already got the ebook, and I was thinking to myself, okay, what can I give to, what else can I offer outside of the ebook if you win by asking the best question? And with the help of that person, we came up with something really dope. So if you've already won an ebook, right, before, when it comes to answering the music industry tip, or when it comes to having the best question, the next thing down the list would be you would actually get to have a phone call with me, right? For 15 to 20 minutes. You could give me a call, all right, and we could chat it up, and you have a one-on-one coaching session
with anything that you want to talk about over the phone as well. All right. So if it's maybe something that you want to ask specifically to a particular song that you don't maybe want to share on the stream or whatever the case may be, you can actually contact me directly. So that is an option as well for those of you who've already won the ebook. Now, I'm not gonna do the call before the ebook because I don't want you wasting questions that can already be answered through the ebook, right? So the ebook is what you get first, and if you have any questions following the ebook, then we could chat it up and do those things. So I am offering that moving forward as well for those of you who win with the best question asked. All right. Now, of course, lastly, I want to mention before we get started, I do have my membership club here. You know, with my membership club, there's different perks that you could participate in. All right. From priority replies to comments, members only exclusive walkthrough videos, and month-to-month music business coaching sessions. All you got to do is hit that join button on the bottom and take a look into it, and it'll show you all the different things that I offer when it comes to that. All right, guys. So that's what that's about. And yeah, that's if you just want some additional coaching and things like that, take a look at those perks because those are available. All right. Now, I'm going to wait a couple more minutes here as more people come in. As you guys are joining in, let me know where you're watching from. All right. If you want any links that you want to share when it comes to your music or anything like that, please go ahead and share those as well. All right. Because I'm really just trying to build a community of supporters, people who could support each other. All right. And learn from each other and all of those great things. All right. So make sure you guys are letting me know where you're coming from. Throwing your questions up there and all of that good stuff. All right. What's going on, LD40? How you been? How you been? And for anybody else who's watching, like I said, even if you don't have any questions and you just want to say, hey, you could do that as well. All right. Like I said here, we're all friends here. We're all cool here. We're just here to learn and grow together. Now, I do have some great questions that that came up this week, you know, as far as questions that were commented on my videos. So I can't wait till we get into those. But again, I'll just give it a couple more seconds here, a couple more minutes as people are logging in, as I continue to let everybody know that I'm live. So here, IG here. For those of you guys who are watching on IG, remember, all you got to do is log into my YouTube. On my YouTube, I'm answering all music industry tip questions. Now, you could ask your questions right here on IG, but you won't be able to win a free gift if you ask the best question. So I'm strongly advising you guys to head over to my YouTube, ask the question on the chat through my YouTube, and again, best question gets a free gift on me. What's going on, Snoop? What's going on? Great. Y'all go check out Snoop. She's very talented. Got some dope music. Got bars for y'all. If y'all want to check out some dope music, y'all go check out Snoop for sure. All right. That's on IG. But those of you on YouTube, let's get started with these music industry tip questions here. All right. I'm just going to jump into it and as people continue to funnel in here, because again, I got some great questions. All right. So, what's up? Going to the tube. Appreciate it. Make sure you ask the question. Just type it into the chat, because like I said, best question gets a gift on me. Gets a free gift on me. So definitely check that out. The link is in the bio, and I appreciate you for sure. All right. So the first question we're going to go over here. Let's see as I pull this up here. What do we got? All right. So the first question was actually asked about 10 days ago. It was asked by Ace Wave, and this question was commented on: is DistroKid Leave a Legacy worth it? All right. So this question was asked: what if there's an album we didn't upload directly to DistroKid, but rather downtown artists and label services? I guess DistroKid won't be able to pull that off my streaming service since they had nothing to do with it. It's only for the music we uploaded directly to DistroKid then. So essentially what he is trying to ask me is, if he's already distributed music through another music distribution company, and then he were to distribute the same songs on DistroKid, what would happen? Would DistroKid remove the other ones and replace the other ones? or would it just be duplicates? And to answer that question, it would actually in fact be duplicates. No distribution company has the power to remove songs that other distribution companies have already distributed, right? So when you're transitioning from one to the other, at some point you would have to cancel or close out the account with the previous distributor, so you don't have duplicates of the song. Now there is a proper method to doing this, because what you don't want to do is, when you're making that transition, you don't want to lose your streaming count, right? You don't want to lose everything that you've already built with that song when it comes to your streaming services. Let's say you already have 100K streams on Spotify. If you were just to cancel with that distributor, you're going to lose all those streams, even though you upload to a new one. So there actually is a very, very safe process that you want to go to or do when you're transitioning from one music distribution company to another. Now, I do have this. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I have it somewhere here. When it comes to switching distributors, I'm gonna leave this link. Switching. I'm gonna leave this link in the chat here for those of you who want to know switching distributors, right? And in this link, I actually show you step by step of the proper way to do it. As you can see here, how to switch distributors without losing play counts, right? So basically how to switch distributors without losing anything that you've already built up on the track. So definitely watch that video if you are one of those people who is looking into switching your music distribution company. And if you're not right now, but you may in the future, save this video. Save it as one of your on one of your playlists or something, because you want to know exactly how to make that transition so that you don't lose your streaming count. You don't have to start over when it comes to your music and all of those good things. So that's answering that question there. All right. If you're switching distributors and you distribute to a new distribution company with the same songs, it will be duplicates until you actually cancel the other one. All right. But that was a great question. And I love that question by this person. And that's why it made the cut as far as the questions. Now, typically when I'm selecting the questions, I'm going through the comment section of all my videos, like literally all the videos and all the questions that are asked. And a lot of it is just, people just, commenting about different things. But when it comes to like really, really great questions, I like to pull those out and present them here during this so that we could grow together, right? So let's see what the next question is here. And again, guys, don't be afraid to ask your questions on the chat. Just type it into the chat, because again, best question that's asked today will get a free gift. All right. So the next question was asked on was asked by, I think is Aiden or Aiden, I guess. But the question was actually asked on the video: should you use Vivo for your music video? Right? And the question was, if you have an official artist channel on YouTube, is it automatically monetized? All right. This is actually a great question. And I could understand why somebody would assume that it would be, because your YouTube channel has become an official artist channel. But unfortunately, your YouTube channel wouldn't be monetized just because it's an official artist channel, right? When it comes to Vivo, they're making your channel an official artist channel, or whatever distributor you're using is making it a music channel. But that doesn't mean that you automatically qualify for monetization, right? When it comes to YouTube, there are just certain key things that you have to do first in order to get your channel monetized. All right. Now, when it comes to my channel is currently monetized, and I do have an official artist channel, but I had an official artist channel before I got monetized, because there were some things that I had to do in order to get monetized. All right. Now, if you guys don't know what the process is, or what are some of the things that you need to do in order to get monetized, or in order to get your YouTube monetized, I'm going to share this link with you guys right now. Obviously, this link will appear for those of you who are watching this video later. All right. But it's right here. New YouTube monetize update, YouTube monetization. All of these videos is about about YouTube monetization, but I want to make sure I get you how to make money on YouTube as an independent artist. So this video specifically shows you everything that you need to do in order to get your channel monetized. All right. And one of those things is you have to have a certain number of subscribers, right? You have to have 4,000 subscribers you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time. All right. Those are two different things that you have to do. Those aren't the only two things, but those are two of the biggest things that you have to do in order to get your channel monetized. At least 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and 4,000 watch time hours, right? Regardless what type of channel you have, if you don't meet those requirements, you're not going to be monetized. It is the standard. It is the rule for YouTube. All right. Now, there are some other benefits that you could get even though you're not fully monetized yet. But as far as the full aspect of monetization, where you're going to get a cut out of the ad revenue and all of those different things, you have to make sure that you meet those requirements, regardless if you have an official artist channel or whatever the case may be. So you don't want to get that confused, and you don't want to think, hey, let me just get Vivo or make my channel an official artist channel, and then now my channel's monetized. You'll be living on a prayer, because you won't actually be able to receive anything in that meantime. All right. So great question. Great question. But that would be the follow up there. What's going on, Dime? Thank you for joining in on IG. I'm answering music industry tip questions right here on YouTube. All right, that's the only reason I'm on IG right now. So if you want your questions answered, just join into my YouTube. The link is actually in the bio of my YouTube. Same thing for you, 504 Music. Thank you for joining in. If you want your music industry tip questions answered, you can ask it on IG. But best question that's asked on YouTube will get a free gift. So everyone on IG, head over to YouTube and I'll answer those questions for you. Now, before I continue, the next question I have here is actually from Snoop. What's going on? Thank you for joining in. All right. So Snoop's question is, what's the hardest obstacle you feel you had to overcome to start seeing consistent revenue? Ooh, great question. All right. So for me, the hardest obstacle that I feel like I had to deal with was finding the right funnels to get the revenue, right? Because as an artist, we think first our music, right? We think just our music alone is going to bring us to the promised land, right? But it never is just the music. And there's so many things that kind of blur our vision when it comes to actually making revenue, right? We get caught up a lot of times in the different things in social media, like followers and likes and comments and things like that. But I tell artists all the time that followers isn't going to get you revenue when it comes to your music, nor is likes and comments, right? We have to focus on those things that primarily can get us revenue as an artist, right? So one of those things is, for me, as we were mentioning a little bit earlier about YouTube monetization is so much greater for you as an artist than anything any other social media can provide for you. And I'm going to explain why. When it comes to YouTube, once you're monetized on YouTube, you actually get paid in multiple ways, right? So my channel is monetized right now. It's been monetized for a few years now, right? With YouTube, anytime I have any video, whatever video that I have, I like to put my music playing. As you can see, if you're listening, my music is playing right now, right? Any video I make, my music is playing, right? Anything I do on YouTube, not just my music videos, but let's say I'm doing a video about as an artist, there's a lot of different videos you could do on YouTube, like behind the scenes of your recording session, right? Play your music through there, because what happens is, if your music is playing on your YouTube video and your YouTube channel is monetized, you're actually going to get paid 4 different ways just on YouTube alone. You're going to get paid because your channel is monetized. You're going to get paid for the ads. You're going to get paid because of YouTube Content ID with your music being on the video. You're going to get paid as a stream through YouTube because, again, your music is being played on there. and you're going to get paid your royalties through your PRO, Performing Rights Organization, which is they pay you every time you perform your music, which would include Spotify, YouTube, and all of those things. YouTube is the only venue that will pay you 4 times for every 1 time your music is being played. So YouTube is one of those things that's very important, right? A lot of artists like to focus on IG and all of those other things, but you could have 1,000 followers on IG and so many, and the same number of watch time hours on IG and never get a single penny, right? So the biggest obstacle that I face is figuring out, okay, what's important and what's not important. What can really get me this revenue as an artist and what won't, right? And once I figured that out, that's when I really started to make money as an independent artist. So one of those things is, of course, like I mentioned, YouTube. Another one of those things is selling merch. Selling merch is huge for an artist, right? Getting paid shows as performing. That's another huge thing that you can benefit from as an artist. These are things that can pay and pay out very, very quickly. Now, there is a video, Snoop, that I'm going to actually pull up here. All right, 4 ways to make money as an independent artist. And in this video, I talk about I just mentioned a couple of them, but in this video I mentioned most of the top ones, at least for me, that I feel like will help you as an independent artist grow. So definitely check out that video. That video would definitely help you. What's going on? Boss Lady Key, what's going on? Thank you for joining in. Ali Jam, thank you for joining in. $54 Chino Dollars, thank you for joining in. I'm really just on IG here to let you guys know that I'm on YouTube to answer any music industry tip questions. You could definitely ask your questions right here on IG and I will answer them, but you may miss out on a chance to get a free gift on me. So if you want a chance to get a free gift while you're just answering your music or asking your question, take that same question that you just put on here, 504 Music, head over to YouTube and ask it there, right? And same thing for anybody else here. If you got any music industry tip questions, head over to my YouTube and ask it then, and ask it over there, because you will have a chance to get a free gift on me. And Snoop says, thank you, most def. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things, that's probably the biggest obstacle, Snoop. Now, I can't say that's the only obstacle. Obviously, there's other obstacles as well, but as far as the biggest obstacle, in my opinion, is definitely understanding where I am going to actually focus on when it comes to my music. Because we as artists, and most artists, and Snoop, you're an artist like that as well, we're talented in multiple different things. So it's like, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this. I could kind of do all of these things, right? But it's like we end up getting scatterbrained, and we end up just trying a bunch of different things and end up not getting anything from it. So I'm like, let me just focus on this, that, and that. So for me, it was just YouTube, my music, and my merch. That was my focus, and I kept it there. And then from there, once I was able to get a good engine going with that, that's when I picked up some other things like what else I get paid for now? Of course, music engineering, right? I got a whole studio now because of it, everything like that. So I help artists and all of those different things as well. So all of that stuff, I just ended up adding to it, right? But yeah, you don't want to just focus on just releasing music and music videos and expecting that alone to, get the revenue that you need. Because remember, as I showed you guys last week, when it comes to streamings, right? You have to, for 1,000 streams is only going to get you $3 on Spotify. It's only going to get you $4 on Apple Music, right? And that's 1,000 streams. So imagine how much streams you would have to make to pay your rent. You get what I'm saying? It's so much more. So there's got to be more to it. Paid shows, listen, man, I tell you guys, paid shows, the most that I've ever made in one day as an independent artist was paid shows, right? Because it's not just the paid shows. When you go to the paid shows and you bring your merch with you, you're creating an opportunity to really get a check, right? Because you're already getting paid to do the show. You bring your merch with you. For those who want to support you right in there, they'll buy the merch right then and there, right off your hands, right? So imagine them doing that, plus you're getting paid for the show, and anybody there who like the music, they're going to go follow you and stream your music right then and there as well, right? That all happens in one night, right? You could reach so much more people in one night and get paid so quickly in one night. If you sell your t-shirts at $25 to $30 a pop and you sell 5 of them, right? You're making $150 versus that in the equivalent of streams. When 1,000 streams only get you $4, that's a lot of streams to get that same amount, right? These are things that you want to consider. Okay, where can I really get that revenue quicker? And like I said in that video, I explained those things. All right, but yeah, you definitely want to tap into all of those different avenues, all of those different venues in regards to do that. If you don't know how to create your own merch, I got a video on here for that. I got videos on my channel that help with every aspect of everything that I'm talking about. So if you guys want to definitely tap into it, let me know. All right. Now 504 Music, I just noticed your message. Thanks, brother. I don't use YouTube. That's cool. So I answer your question right here then. So your question is, do you feel still the same about Two Lost, Symphonic, and DistroKid being your top distributors? All right, so that's a great question. As you guys know, I always look into distribution companies every year. All right, and as far as the beginning of this year, it was Two Lost, Symphonic, and I don't even think it was DistroKid. I think it was Two Lost, Symphonic, and was it DistroKid? I may have to check, but if it was those 3 things, as of right now, I still feel like those are still the top ones right now. Now, one could make an argument that DistroKid, it is not the best when you think about the price, because DistroKid is expensive to maintain. I'm not going to hold you guys. It is expensive to maintain. It's one of the more expensive distribution companies, but what they offer in return is unmeasurable. They actually have a lot of benefits that are absolutely great and absolutely worth it. So it's one of those things. It's like, okay, a Mercedes is very, very expensive, but what you get in a Mercedes, you don't get in a lot of other cars, right? That's the thing with DistroKid. DistroKid is on that. The only music distribution company that I've found that even comes close to it is Symphonic, right? Symphonic is really great and cheaper than DistroKid. So if I'm picking one based off of all of those different benefits, I would definitely, and I want something cheaper, I will go with Symphonic. I personally am making a transition from DistroKid to Symphonic right now to cut on costs, because I feel like it's worth it, and the benefits from that I will be losing with DistroKid, I don't really care too much about, because the most important benefits that DistroKid had, Symphonic has. So I'm making that transition, but it's a slow transition, because I don't just want to take all my songs from one and jump to the other and realize that the grass isn't greener on the other side, right? So I'm baby stepping it right now. I released one song with Symphonic. I'm kind of seeing how it works. I'm kind of seeing how they pay out, how soon they pay out, if there's any issues or glitches in the matrix that I may get or things like that, before I decide to ultimately make that transition. And, you know, I got to do it a certain way, because I have to learn as much about it, not just for my sake, but for your guys' sake as well, right? So that's something that's in the works, and I definitely will be letting you guys know about that as time progresses. And Most Def 504 Music, Most Def, you're very, very welcome here. Now I see, I think it's another question here, but it says download pays the best. Let's face it, stream revenue is too disrespectful in my opinion. We as artists should focus on downloads, and thanks for answering my question. I'll send you some info about distro stream, I think it is. Now, okay, and he says, right, me too, I'm tired of root note and notice a few things I don't like. Okay, so there is one thing that I do want to maybe rebuttal you on when it comes to download versus streams, right? Download sounds better when you're looking at right away, right? But let's really make sense of this. Let's do some math here. Let's say you decided to sell your song, one song, and you sell that, download that one song. Let's say you do it. Most downloads are on, at most you could sell them for through like Apple Music and stuff like that, is $1.29, right? So that's $1.29. Apple Music is the one that lets you do the most, right? And at $1.29, they're going to take 29 cents off of that, right? Because you're using them. Meaning that from that point, you're only making $1 off of that one download, right? If I get 1,000 streams on that same song, I've already made more than you because you did one download. Now, you could be like, okay, if 1,000 people download that song, then I just made $1,000 because it's $1 a piece. That is correct. But how many people do you know that after they download the song, they're going to go stream it again? That download purchase is once and one time only. For example, when CDs were still around, right? When CDs were still around, as soon as I bought the CD, I didn't listen to those songs on the radio no more. I didn't go stream I had the CD. Once you sell it as a download, that's the last time you're going to make money off of them listening to the music. Now, streaming, even though you don't make as much up front, every time they want to hear the song, they have to go stream it. Meaning that it's going to, for the long run, you're going to make way more off of it than one download, right? Sure, download in the beginning, you get paid faster and quicker, but streaming is what's going to last in the long run, right? The Thriller album is the most sold album of all time, right? Because they sold it, but it still maintains where it's at because of streaming. Because everyone who bought Thriller, they probably still got it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like there's pros and cons to both downloading and streams, but you don't want to just do downloading by itself. If you want to do downloading, that's cool, but don't make downloading the only thing that you do, because at the end of the day, if I like your song and I download it, I'm not going to go stream it. I have it. All I got to do is play it from my computer or play it from my phone because I downloaded it. I have it. You're not going to make any profit off of every time I listen to it from the moment I download it. You're just going to make that one time versus streaming every single time I listen to it. Every time I go on Apple Music, every time I go on Spotify, I'm going to make something off of it, even though it's a lot less, right? So that's things that you definitely want to consider as well, 504 Music. Downloads sound nice, trust me, but when I think about it the long run, I rather have it that way. And I mean, think about every company, right? Every company right now works in that same process. Look at Netflix, look at all of these streaming services, right? There was a time that we would just buy the movie. We would just buy the DVD. You know, Jurassic Park, I owned the DVD. I bought it for $20. Now I can watch it as many times as I want and I never have to pay out anything again, right? That was how it was. But now we transition to streaming, meaning every time you want to watch Jurassic Park, you have to pay your subscription fee. You have to pay that subscription fee every month because guess what? If you no longer pay Netflix, you lose out on all of those movies. Why? Because you don't own those movies anymore. Back then, you used to own them by buying the DVD. It's the same thing with the music. When I download that, I own that song now. Now I don't have to pay you for it anymore because I own it, right? But through streaming, it's like I'm allowing you to listen to it for this amount of money. But you don't get to keep it. Every time you want to listen to it, you're going to have to pay me again to listen to it. You get what I'm saying? So you got to kind of think about it that way. Streaming is what's going to create that longevity. Downloading is just quick. And thank you for joining in. No God Greater, thank you for joining in. And as she said, so download, fast money, streaming, long-term money. Yes. Yes, right? But fast money is lost money, right? Because it'll come quick and it'll go away. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I do know some artists do is, which is actually really smart, right? They do a download, but download a specific amount. They're like, okay, I'm just going to allow 500 downloads of this because so that they can make, for let's say for $1. I'm doing 500 downloads for $1. That's it. Once they hit that mark and they made that quick 500, from that point, everything else is streaming. Now, you could do something like that, a combination, you get what I'm saying? But you don't just want to rely just on downloads because once everybody got it, everyone got it. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that you definitely want to consider, 504 Music. And that was a great question. Great question. And for those of you, like I said, just keep asking the questions. The more questions, the better. Now on YouTube here, let's pull up the next question that I see here. Next question that came up, for those of you who is watching on IG and continuing to watch, if you don't have YouTube, that's all right. But if you do have YouTube, head over to YouTube and watch the live stream on the YouTube and ask your questions on the YouTube chat, because the best questions that gets asked today will get a free, amazing gift on me. All right, you'll get a free gift on me for the best question that is asked. All you got to do is ask your questions, and you have a chance to win. But you got to do it through YouTube and not IG, all right, guys? But if you can't, I'll still answer it on IG for sure. Okay, so the next question here, for those of you who are on YouTube, it says, this question was asked by Daryl Jordan, right? And his question, he asked it on my video, how to release a collaboration song with DistroKid. So his question was, how do I remove myself from collaborations if I don't want to be associated with an artist anymore? They can keep the whole 100%. Okay, so this is actually a problem. This is actually a problem, and the reason this is a problem is because you don't have access to wherever they distributed the music from, right? When you're a feature, you're kind of at the mercy of the person whose song it is, right? Now, depending on how you did the contract, I don't know if you have anything signed or tied to it contractually, all right? But if it's just one of those things that you guys just decided to make the song together and you want it removed, the only way you'll actually be able to get it removed or get your collaboration removed from it is literally by contacting them and asking them to do it. If they do not want to do it, there's nothing you could do about it, because you had nothing that was tied to it. Now, if you had some type of contract written for it, you could always send them a cease and desist, that and the third. But if you have no type of paperwork or anything involved with that at all, and you kind of just did it just to do it, right? There's no way that if they don't want to do it, there's nothing you could do to get them to do it, right? And that's any business, really, right? It's he say versus he say, right? That's all it comes down to. So you have nothing contractually that'll hold up in court if you really were so animate in removing your collaboration or your association with another artist, right? But this actually leads me to another point, that we got to be very, very selective and very, very careful with who we decide to collaborate with, right? Now, I'm not sure what might have happened. Maybe you don't like the song. I don't know what the case may be, but we got to be very, very careful when it comes to collaboration, when it comes to features, when it comes to making music with others, even producers and things like that, because you never know what position you might end up finding yourself in, right? You never know what they're doing from their end. For example, one of the biggest examples I could think of in history that is crazy is Timberland and Jay-Z, right? The lawsuit that happened, right? There was a whole lawsuit that happened over the song Big Pimpin', was it? Yeah, Big Pimpin', right? So Timberland made the beat, right? Now there was a sample that Timberland sampled from a whole Indian band, the flute, in that song. I don't know if you guys know that song, but in that song, right, Big Pimpin', right, there's a flute sample. That sample was actually from another song in India. Timberland made the beat. He never actually got the right approval to use it, right? Jay-Z loved the beat. Jay-Z made the song to it. Timberland and Jay-Z gets paid off of this beat. It's a hit record. It's a big record. Everybody's listening to it. Everybody loves it. It's great, right? All of a sudden, this song gets to the Indian band that made that actual, and it was like, oh, snap. They stole our sample. They took a part of our song to make another song. Now, this, by law, you cannot just do, right? I know a lot of producers that sample a lot of stuff out there, but if you don't get the proper license for it, this can happen to you. And long story short, they had to go to court for this, right? They had to go to court for this. And Jay-Z was in a position that he had to show up in court and be like, yo, I don't know anything that happened because, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I don't know. He just had the beat. I don't make beats. I don't know where he got the beat from, and I just rapped on it, but he had to show up. He had to be a part of it. And long story short, him and Timberland ended up getting sued for damages, right? And the Indian band won the lawsuit, right? So anytime you listen to Big Pimpin' now, just understand that the Indian or the Indian band that made that sound with that flute, or that musician, is still getting paid off of that, and got paid through the court because of that, because the proper procedures weren't met, right? And this is and this was big. It was on the news and everything. This is a great example of how you have to be very, very careful with who you're collaborating with. Make sure that they're doing everything up front and by the book, because if that song ends up a hit, people are gonna come collect, and if people are using other people's stuff, they're gonna do it like this. It happens all the time. So be very, very careful who you collaborate with. Make sure you're doing everything the right way, and make sure you ultimately want to make the collaboration and you're ready to deal with whatever may come from it if things don't pan out the way you expect them to pan out. All right, but that was another good question here. All right, you guys got some great questions today. This was fun. All right, so let's take a look at the next question here. The next question is from Michael Land. Oh, I guess it's Michael Land drummer guitar, or Michael and drum guitar, maybe. I don't know. All right, but his question was, or maybe it's a statement. Let's see what he says here. I've got millions of streams with Instagram and Facebook, but I haven't seen a dime from them. Even though Facebook is really rich, everybody's out here to steal from you in the music business. All right, so this is actually a great example of what I was talking about earlier when I was in regards to Snoop's question, right? In regards to the biggest obstacle when it comes to getting consistent revenue. This isn't ideal, right? Because it sounds like Michael was expecting that getting views and millions of views on Facebook and IG was going to make him rich, right? Was going to give him a consistent revenue. That is not the case. If you guys know how much you make off of a stream on a Facebook reel or an IG reel, it's laughable. It's so much more less than streaming services. I can't even begin to explain to you how small of an amount it is, right? I guess I could give you guys an example. I had a reel that went viral on Facebook a couple of months back, right? The reel it might be at 2 million now. It was, last time I checked, it was at 1.8 million, right? That reel had my song attached to it. So the song itself, as far as getting paid for the stream of the song itself on that reel that had 1.8 million views, I only got like $10 off of that, right? This is the point of where you focus your attention on, right? Because here I'm thinking, if I go viral on Facebook, that's I'm going to get paid off of Facebook. No, that's not the case, because the amount that you get paid off of streams on Facebook isn't a lot. Now, that doesn't mean that I didn't gain a lot of exposure from that reel, because I definitely did. That doesn't mean that people didn't go to my Spotify, my Apple Music, and listen to the song and stream the song and Shazam it and download it and all of those things. That absolutely did happen. So there were certain benefits that I did get from it, but to actually get a streaming check from Facebook and Instagram just from the music alone, that's high hopes, right? Now, I did get paid from Facebook in general, right? Because the reel had so many views in general, but that wasn't actually tied to the music. That was just because I had a viral reel on Facebook, right? So again, if you're going to do something when it comes to this music game and you're focusing on social media, you're going to end up sounding very, very upset, like Michael sounds here when he's saying that everyone is stealing from the music business. It's not the case. You just have to understand how much you are getting paid and if it's worth it to you, right? What's the one thing when you're looking at a job? When you're looking into a position, the first thing you look for is how much you're getting paid, right? Why don't we do that in the music business? Why don't we do that when it comes to our streaming? Why don't we actually check and see, okay, how much do I get paid per stream on Facebook? How much do I actually get paid per stream on YouTube? How much do I actually get paid? Because these are real questions you want to know so that you know where to focus your attention, right? I have a video here on my channel that actually streaming payouts, right? I need to do an updated one. I will do an updated one because these numbers do change. All right. The last one I did was 9 months ago, so some of it is still relevant. But if you want to know the payouts for certain streaming services, here it is. And this one specifically payouts for social media platforms. All right. So this is even more specific to Michael, right? Because this video will show you the actual payouts for Facebook, for TikTok, for IG. And once you see these numbers, you guys are gonna laugh. You guys are absolutely gonna laugh, right? Because everyone thinks that social media pays out artists a crazy amount, but it's not the case. It is not the case whatsoever. All right, so definitely take a look at that. And again, for those of you who will be watching this after, you'll be able to see those links on here. All right, but yeah, so that's that with Michael over there. Let's see what else I have here as far as questions go. All right. Actually, before I do that, let's take a look at LD40. He had a question here. I'm sorry I didn't see this until just now, but LD40's question is, what type of lawyers do music producers usually have? Great question. Oh, that's such a great question. All right, a great question. Very, very simple answer. An entertainment lawyer is what they're called, right? So if you go to, I don't know, Google and just put entertainment lawyer or music lawyer, you can find it through there as well. All right, entertainment lawyer. All right. Right, look, Miami music copyright attorney obviously is going to show it from my area because, you know, I'm close to Miami, you know, I'm down south in South Florida, right? But entertainment lawyer, right, is what you could look up. You could also look up music lawyers. There are lawyers that are specific to the music industry, right? This is the type of lawyer that you want to look for. And why this is such a great question, because it's like, you don't want to just get a general lawyer, right? Because a general lawyer may not be savvy to the music industry the way a music business lawyer would be, the way a entertainment lawyer would be. They are specific to the craft, right? They are specific to this music game specifically. No different than you have a divorce lawyer or a divorce attorney. They know everything when it comes to a divorce, what you can do, what you can't do, what the judge is going to ask for, what the judge isn't going to ask for, all of those different things, because this is something that they're used to. A copyright and trademark attorney, right? They're specific in this field, right? All of these different types of lawyers have specific fields that they focus in. It's no different than music and entertainment. If you want to get the right lawyer, you definitely want to get a music and entertainment lawyer. I'm sure if Timberland cared to actually at that time, I'm sure he might have had a lawyer, but maybe he just went about it and not even think about it. You know, maybe he heard the sound all somewhere and just took it, whatever the case may be. But the entertainment lawyer would have been like, okay, no, we have to get the license for this. You sampled this. Okay, did you sample anything on this beat? Oh, you did. Okay, where's the sample from? Okay, I need to contact these people and get the official approval to do it. Right now, if they don't approve it, guess what? You can't do it. That's just how it goes, right? But entertainment lawyers, they know other people and this, that, and the third, and there's a way that they can make a certain contract. Like, listen, if you let us use this, we'll give you a certain percentage of everything the music makes and this, that, and the third. That's what that lawyer will do for you. And obviously the lawyer will be able to protect you from anything else that comes with the music industry, anything else that you may deal with as a producer, as an artist, or anything involved in the music industry. So when you're looking for a lawyer, you definitely want to get a lawyer or attorney that is specific to the music business, that is specific to music and entertainment and the music industry, because if you don't, you could be trapped. I had a friend of mine who just had a general lawyer. He wasn't specific to music. He was a general lawyer, right? He just finished his bar exam and everything like that, and he was good at things that had to do with real estate. But with the music, he wasn't really familiar with it, you know, and costing. I'll say it like that. It ended up costing them big. You get what I'm saying? So definitely great question, LD40. Great question. But yeah, you definitely want to get a music lawyer. All right. I know there's different terms you could use to actually search them, but music attorney maybe. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I was showing you guys earlier. You know, Miami music copyright attorney, but see, that's specific for copywriting specifically, right? But yeah, there's different music contract lawyers, right? That it gets, man, guys, it gets very specific when it comes to lawyers. Look at this question: what is a music lawyer? Let's see what it says. A music lawyer is a lawyer a music lawyer is a specialized attorney who deals with legal issues surrounding the music industry. Literally what I was saying. They are trained to handle a wide range of legal issues like contract management, copyright claims, trademark disputes, artist representation, and many more. Right? So that answer your question is LD40. Get a music lawyer, right? That's the type, or entertainment lawyer. See, here's right here, entertainment lawyer, and they kind of do the same thing as well. All right, now entertainment lawyer can be a little bit more broad because you're looking at actors and different things like that. But yeah, definitely just look up music lawyer, and that should be able to get you to what you're looking for sure. But that was a great question. That's definitely something that you want to always keep in mind and always have. Once you get to a certain level in this music career, you got to have your music lawyer on, your music attorney on standby. All right, especially when you start dealing with contracts that involve a lot of this. Oh yeah, you gotta get an attorney. You gotta get somebody who knows those things, because you don't want to put yourself in a position that you're gonna regret in the future. We know too many stories of artists who you know, they were offered some type of contract, you know, by a record label, you know, and, you know, their signing bonus, boom, this is the signing bonus. Wow, look how much I get off the signing bonus. Okay, cool, I'll do it, because they put the cash right in front of you, right? And all they had to do was get that attorney. Now, here's the thing. Some artists had the opportunity to get the attorney, but once they heard that the attorney was going to get a certain percentage, now they changed their mind, right? Guys, we cannot be this way. We cannot expect to navigate the music industry and not have an attorney, right? We cannot expect to have an official music business and deal with millions without having an attorney. We have to have an attorney, and it costs to have an attorney. So if you're about to sign a contract for $1 million and that attorney says, well, yes, but I'm going to have 20% of that, give him his $20,000 so that you can be protected and you make sure you sign the right contract, right? You want to do that, because at the end of the day, if you don't, you're going to end up like all of these artists who had to retire early because they were stuck in a contract that they couldn't get out of, right? Always make sure that you guys are doing the right thing. Listen, I'm a Christian hip hop artist, and I got a music attorney. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm dealing with other Christians who's doing music, who's record labels and all of those different things, but I'm protecting myself, and this is in the name of Jesus. You get what I'm saying? So, guys, we got to be smart about this. We got to be smart. Always have an attorney on deck when it comes to your music, so that you don't get got. Because the music industry is very difficult for a lot of people, and it's difficult to navigate if you're not protecting yourself the right way. You feel me? So, great question, LD40. Love that question. Pretty Girl Progression. Yo, what's going on? Thank you for joining in. Thank you guys for joining in on IG. I didn't even notice y'all joining in. Queen, thank you for joining in. Strel, thank you for joining in. I'm answering music industry tips live on YouTube right now. I'm really on IG just to let everybody know that I'm on YouTube answering those questions. If you have any music industry tip questions that you would like asked today or answered today, join in on YouTube. All right, and best question asked will get a gift on me. So we got some great questions so far, and we're gonna keep this going. I'm gonna be here for a couple more minutes. Let's see what else we got. All right, Fakir Fitness, thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in, my brother. And he looked like he jumped in with a great question already. All right, so the question is, how do you keep up with industry trends and stay innovative in your production techniques? Oh, that's a question. Oh, man. Let me tell you something. I could do a sermon on that, boy. Okay, so great question. How do you keep up with industry trends and stay innovative in your production techniques? All right, so the first thing I would say is this: pay attention to other artists. Pay attention to what's going on with the music industry. Pay attention to what people are connecting themselves to, right? Now, I know artists are like, I want to do my own thing. That's what makes me me. I don't want to be like anybody else. Nobody's asking you to be like anybody else, but we have to pay attention to what is working for other people. For example, when it comes to social media, right? When it comes to content as artists, have you guys noticed that pretty much every artist now, their content involves them kind of just performing their track in some random location with the words showing up on the bottom, with their lyrics showing up on the bottom? Every artist is doing that now. You get what I'm saying? This is something that's trending. This is something that people are doing. This is something that obviously is working as a marketing tactic for artists, which is why more and more artists are picking it up and more artists are doing it. You're not literally copying how they sound, how they look, and all of those different things. You're copying the marketing strategy, right? There is nothing wrong with that. Guys, you guys gotta understand that my entire channel, that I learned this all from my cousin. I copied her thing page by page, right? Shout out to Gollywood girl, right? I learned everything that I've learned when it comes to just, starting my own business through her. All right. She does music, she does, well, just starting your own business, starting your own Christian business, right? That's her focus. That's what she does. All right. Let me see if I can share a link. I'll share a link with you guys too. Gollywood girl, I'll share a link. But yeah, she helps you find your purpose, right? She's a purposeologist, and she helps you start your own faith-based business, right? All I did was copy everything she showed me, literally. Oh, this the strategy? Bet, I got you. I'm finna do the same thing, right? That's literally what it is. So we have to pay attention to these things, and we can't be afraid to to copy certain marketing strategies, because at the end of the day, our strategy may work, it may not work, but there's strategies out there that will work. And that's the thing you guys have to always consider, all right? All right, and here, let me share this. Actually, let me show y'all real quick. This is her page right here. You see this? For those of you on IG, I'm so sorry you guys can't see this, all right? But it's gollywoodgirl.com. If you're struggling to find your purpose, right, or you're looking into starting your own faith-based business, definitely check her out. It's gollywoodgirl.com. As you can see, her page is right here. This is her right here. This is my cousin. But you see, ready to start your own business? Click here. Yes, I do. Click. I'm not going to click it because I'm not trying to mess up her algorithm. But boom, there's the link to it right there, right? That is, if you want, that's how I learned how to do a bunch of things. And look, you remember, guys, we was just talking about merch earlier, right? There's merch right here, Faith-Based Entrepreneur Collection. Look at that. You see? Here's how to start a business, all of these videos here. This is a great thing that you guys could look into for those of you who want to start your own business in regards to anything. All I did was I joined, and I did all the steps, but with the music business in mind. That's literally all I did, right? And I followed it to a T, and that's where I'm at now. A lot of the marketing strategies and stuff I learned from her, and I learned from other people as well. So don't be afraid to learn from other people. We're artists. Artists learn from artists. The reason why Kendrick is so great is because he learned from Pac and Biggie. It is what it is. It's not like we all can be, I'm the best. I'm doing something nobody ever done before. Yes, you may have your unique style, your unique sound and everything like that, but you have to learn from others, right? Don't just stand in a dark room and be like, this is great promotion. No, nobody can see you. That's not going to work, right? You got to do it in the ways that actually have been working for people. I know it sounds boring. I know it sounds lame, but you can still have your uniqueness to it now. It don't mean it got to be exactly like it. You can still have your uniqueness to it, but you have to follow the same framework. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, definitely check that out. Let me type it in here for God. Give me a second, guys. I'm typing it in Gollywood Girl. I'm typing in on IG just in case You guys want to have that on IG, right? Boom.com. Boom. Definitely go check that bad boy out for sure. But yes. Your cousin is fine. Hey, you better watch out. Don't be talking about my cousin like that, bruh. Love her hair. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look, she took over the whole. She took over the whole live just now. Look. But yes, guys, definitely check her out if you want to start a faith-based business, right? I mean, you probably could do any business with it, but if it's faith-based, it'll be so much better, all right? Because that's her focus, and I am a faith-based entrepreneur. I make Christian hip-hop music. I have a Christian music business, so it worked for me, and I'm pretty sure it'll work for a lot of you guys as well. So that's that. I'll answer one more question, and then we'll see who the winner is here, guys. All right, and let's see the next question. So yeah, that was this million stream question here. Y'all pray for Michael. Michael is very, very upset about not getting paid off of Facebook and IG. Very, very upset. Okay, but okay. So here we go. So the last question is by Quick 7. Quick 7. It's kind of dope name. All right, but his question was asked on, or he asked it on the video, how to find your ISWC code on BMI. All right, so this is a great question. Well, no, that's the video it was, but his question was, what if you register your song and your ISWC code is not there and it's saying pending society review? Okay, so if it's saying pending society review, that means that it is still in processing. That means that it hasn't been issued out yet because the society haven't reviewed it and approved of it yet. Once they do approve of it, review and approve of it, then they will issue out the ISWC code. It does take some time. Sometimes it takes much longer than you would even expect, and I don't know why that is the case. I have songs off of my first album that are still under review, but I do think it has something to do with whether you performed it or not, right? Because BMI and ASCAP, they are performing rights organizations. So if you're not performing those songs, there's no royalties that they collect, and probably those songs aren't showing up in their database. So that might be the reason why some of them stay pending for so long, because I noticed that the songs that are still pending for me are the songs that's like on my album that I didn't really release as singles, or that I don't really perform much and things like that. But my singles and stuff, those usually get approved much, much quicker. And I think it has something to do with the fact that I am actually performing it and there's actually something to collect from it. So if there's nothing to collect from the song, it's probably going to stay pending until they could actually collect something from it. It's just my best guess based off of what I've noticed, but I don't know if that's ultimately the case. But that is something that maybe I need to look into more. But if I'm just taking an educated guess out of what I've seen, I'm guessing that you have to actually perform it. And when I mean perform it, streaming services, performing it got to be on maybe internet radio, things like that, for you to actually start getting something from it, guys. But yeah, definitely great question. And that's going to be the last question for today, guys. There was some very, very great questions today. Very, very great questions. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look and see what the best question that was asked today. And again, best question gets a gift on me. Now, as I mentioned before, for those of you who's already won the ebook in the past, right? Now I have a secondary gift, right? A plan B gift for those of you who's already won the ebook before. So if you've already won the ebook and you win again, don't get sad, or don't tell me to pass it on to somebody else. I'll have another gift for you. All right. So we're gonna take a look and see here. All right. Snoop had a great question. Actually, she had one of the LD40 question was really good as well when it comes to the lawyers. All right. Of course, how to Fakir Fitness question was great when it comes to the techniques. Great question. And 504 had a great question on here as well. Let me go back to his question on IG. Oh, nope, that's right. you don't get a chance to win on IG. I'm so sorry. I told you from the very beginning, and I understand that you don't have a YouTube as well. I there's nothing I could do. It's the terms and conditions, right? It's the law of the land. So forgive me, but you did have a great question though. You had a great question, and I thank you 504 Music for joining in here. Hopefully one day you'll actually be able to be on YouTube with us, so you can actually have a chance to win a gift. And I just changed the filter on IG. I don't know how I did that, but I very, very, very much don't like this filter. All right. Now, okay, so let's see. The no problem. Thanks. For sure. Actually, DM me. I might send you something anyway. I'm feeling generous today. I might send you something anyway, because you have been logging in quite a few times here, and you know, I've been noticing that you've been trying catching it when you can, so I might send you a little something anyway. All right, but yeah, definitely DM me about that. All right, now as far as the winner for today, it's tough because these were some great questions, but I think that the winner is definitely going to have to be, drum roll please, I think that Snoop is actually going to be the winner. That was she had the best question today. All right, what's the hardest obstacle you feel you had to overcome to start seeing consistent revenue? I thought that was a great question. All right, that was a detailed question, and that's a question that I feel like could help every single independent artist, right? What's the obstacles? And I went over that for those of you who might have missed that segment of this video. Once this is done, definitely go back and check that out, because my answer to that will definitely help you in a lot of different ways. Snoop, if you're still here, just let me know that you're still watching. All right, if you so you could collect your gift, and I could tell you everything that you got to do in order to get that. All right. And I see your messages, 504, for sure. Let me know. And yes, guys, thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for participating in the community, right? The community, right? Thank you guys for just being helpful, because obviously the more questions you guys ask, the more I can answer, and the more we all can grow together, right? So lastly, as always, I have to mention my Thursday tech tips release every Thursday, right? There's one that drops every week, so make sure you guys are keeping up with that. Subscribe to my channel to keep up with that. And of course, I have my membership club here for anybody who's interested, where you get additional perks like priority replies, walkthrough videos, and month-to-month music business coaching sessions. All you got to do is hit this button right here, the join button, so you can look into that and see what you may want to participate in. All right, but it's all up to you guys. And of course, I'll be back here next Tuesday doing this live from noon to 1 p.m. Eastern. And remember, guys, Thursdays my new video will drop. I got a good one for you guys this week, so make sure you guys are subscribed and you guys tune into that. All right, but thank you for all joining in. Thank you guys for being great sports. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.